All right, let's get right into it. I want you to imagine a bank, but one so powerful it doesn't serve you or me. It serves entire countries. A financial institution that works totally in the background, quietly shaping the rules for the whole global economy. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that very institution, the BIS.
So, I have to ask you, what is this institution? Now, you might be thinking of the World Bank or the IMF, and they're in the same league for sure. But this organization sits at the absolute center of the world's financial system. It's kind of like a private club for the most powerful economic players on the planet.
And here it is, the Bank for International Settlements, or the BIS for short. Its official definition sounds a bit dry, but the core idea is incredibly powerful. It is a bank for central banks. Just let that sink in for a second. When the U.S. Federal Reserve or the Bank of England needs a banker, this is who they turn to. Its entire reason for being is to keep the global financial system humming along and stable.
But to really get what the BIS is all about, we have to go back to where it came from. And trust me, its origin story is probably not what you'd expect for a modern financial institution. It was literally born from the ashes of war.
So, the story kicks off right after World War I. The Treaty of Versailles meant Germany owed these massive reparation payments. By 1930, it became super clear they needed a special, neutral body just to handle all that money. And that's why the BIS was founded, right there in neutral Switzerland. But as the world changed, so did the bank. That original job eventually became obsolete, and the BIS evolved into what it is today, a guardian of global financial stability.
Okay, so if it's not collecting more debts anymore, what does the BIS actually do today? Why is it so important?
Well, it really comes down to three main things. First, and this is probably the most important part, it's a meeting place. It's the one place that gets all the heads of the world's central banks into a room to just talk, to share what they know, and to coordinate their plans. Second, it's still a bank, providing financial services to those same central banks. And third, it's a massive think tank, pumping out some of the most cutting-edge research on pretty much everything that affects the global economy. So who exactly is in this super exclusive club? Who gets a seat at the table in Basel, Switzerland?
The answer is this number, 63. That's how many member institutions own and control the BIS.
And those 63 members are the central banks from the world's biggest economies. We're talking about the US, the UK, Japan, Germany, and yep, even the People's Bank of China is a member. It's a truly global group. But membership isn't a given. For instance, Russia's central bank was suspended back in 2022. Okay, now let's switch gears to something very modern. How does this pillar of the old school financial system, the BIS, deal with the brand new decentralized world of cryptocurrency? I mean, this is a real clash of financial philosophies.
And they could not be more different. Look, the BIS is the very definition of centralized. It's owned by central banks, it's governed by central banks, and its goal is to create stability through rules. Cryptocurrency is its polar opposite. It was designed to be decentralized, to live on a public ledger with no central boss. You could say the whole point of crypto is to work outside the control of the very institutions that make up the BIS.
So here's the really crucial thing to understand. The BIS doesn't, and actually can't, control something like Bitcoin. But what it can do is control the traditional banking system. It can, and it absolutely does, set the rules for how your regular regulated bank is allowed to touch, hold, or interact with crypto. So it influences the game, not by controlling the asset itself, but by controlling the gateways. Okay, so we've looked at its history, its mission, its modern challenges. But let's be real, why should you care about some quiet bank in Switzerland? Let's connect the dots here. Because when you hear the BIS talk about global financial stability, that isn't just some abstract economic jargon. It's the invisible architecture that's working behind the scenes to prevent catastrophic financial crises. You know, the kind of meltdowns that can wipe out people's savings, that can eliminate jobs, and that can really impact the future for millions. The quiet work they do in Basel is designed to keep the system that you and I rely on every single day from falling apart.
And that leaves us with one final and really important question for the future. As money and finance keep going digital at lightning speed, we're talking everything from crypto to official central bank digital currencies. What role is the BIS going to play? Is it going to adapt and be a guide, helping make sure this new world is stable? Or is it going to act like a gatekeeper, protecting the old system from all this change? The answer to that question is going to shape the future of money for all of us.